Travel with Rachel and Daddy. Hi guys, and welcome back to Traveling.
Why don't you wait till I sit down before you do that? Okay, do it again.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Traveling with Rachel and Daddy. Today we are doing a little bucket drop.
So what is this about? I don't understand this. Is this a YouTube thing that you found?
No.
So we're just gonna draw
Yeah.
something out of there and then talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is random.
So, oh, here's one. It says Chicago food.
Chicago food. Wait, what is this
sure.
one? I don't think you can do that. That's not gonna work. What's this one say? Oh, this one's blank. Oh, all the rest of these are blank.
I'm gonna add more into it when we do more videos.
So it's a really good idea that you chose the Chicago food one because all the rest of them are just blank and sitting in there.
I didn't want to write Chicago on any other one.
Okay. So, first of all, we live just outside of Omaha, Nebraska here. And where is Chicago?
Wherever it is, right there.
Right there. And
When we got into Chicago, we went to the Chicago Science Museum, and I got this little thing of the submarine of the Germans that we captured.
Yep. And we'll talk about that on another one because the Science Museum was actually my favorite part of Chicago. How did we get to Chicago, by the way?
We drove in a car.
Yeah, it was a long way.
Very, very long car.
Yes.
It's not like
With
this.
a 3-year-old.
It's not like this.
Why do you have a fish?
We're talking
feel
about
like-
vacation.
I feel like now that we've done one of these, we're going to get off subject a lot. Okay, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
Chicago food.
Food. All right, so one of, important things about traveling for me is eating local food. And so we tried to do that a lot. So where did we go, food-wise? What was your favorite place to go food-wise?
Garrett's popcorn.
Garrett's Popcorn.
It has like one of the best popcorns I know.
Yeah, and
Besides
they're
Garrett's.
if you're not familiar with Garrett's Popcorn, they're all over Chicago, and they're a little regional as well. There are other places, but they have the Chicago Mix. Do you remember what the Chicago Mix was?
Yeah, cheese and caramel.
And what did you and your sister eat?
Mostly the cheese. But
Not mostly the cheese, just the cheese.
No, but some of it I ate the other kinds, whatever. it
What,
is.
on accident?
That, and I just kind of ran out of popcorn like that.
Like you ran out of the cheese and were forced to eat the other. But it's a mix, and they mix it right in front of you. And they have some other kind of popcorn too, but the Chicago Mix is awesome because you get that salty, cheesy, and then you get the sweet caramel.
Yeah,
it's
and
very,
you've
very
tried
good.
to make it.
I've tried to make it at home, but you can't make it like Garrett's. And go into the Garrett store where it's hot and it's fresh and buy some. That's
Very, very good.
It's a must. My favorite place was actually the place
The deep dish pizza.
well, let's start with that one. I think everything was my favorite, but if you go to Chicago style deep dish pizza is important. There are lots of different kinds, and people have their favorite. Giordano's is my favorite. It's kind of like a 2-layer crust, so it's not like probably the most traditional Chicago style. You can order ahead, call in, which is probably a good idea. We didn't. We sat and waited a long time.
Yeah, we waited. Wait, was it with Laura?
Yeah, Aunt Laura. Which we didn't care because we have family there and we had not seen Aunt Laura for a long time.
Yeah.
So we just waited and talked to her, and that was awesome.
Maybe
Right?
since like last Christmas.
Yeah, it'd been a while, so we had lots of catching up to do. So sitting and waiting didn't bother us. I had a beef with you about this, though. Do you remember what this was? Did you eat Chicago-style deep dish pizza?
No.
What did you and your sister eat?
American pizza.
No, Chicago is America. You ate thin crust personal pizzas.
Yeah,
This
ate
isn't New York.
cheese. I
Yeah.
ate cheese.
And your sister ate.
Pepperoni.
Yeah. So, it does take a long time. It's very, very good. It's a slice and a half, and you're stuffed take the rest home. It's good for breakfast. I think you maybe ate a little bit of it back in the hotel later.
Maybe.
But it's worth it. Weber Grill. Okay, so this is a place that I think is a good place to eat. But we live in Nebraska where steakhouses are all over the place, and we have really good steak. And the Weber Grill was good steak, but for what we pay for steak in Nebraska versus what we paid for steak in Chicago, it was
expensive.
It was really expensive, and you and I shared a steak.
Yeah, and I ate half of it.
Yeah, I was a little mad because I didn't get a lot of steak because she ate a lot of it. And then our Allison, who was 3, ate mostly bread. I'm sure she ordered something, but she didn't really eat it. But
was it macaroni?
I don't remember. She orders something, and then by the time it gets here, she doesn't like it anymore.
Yeah, that's the thing with 3-year-olds.
Yeah, sometimes 10-year-olds too, actually. But yeah, it was good. I don't know if we would do that again.
Yeah, we would.
Well, you like the steak, but
yeah, and the bread. I don't really remember the bread, but.
And then what else did we eat?
We ate Super Dog.
Well, okay, Super Dog on the way out. I am a hot dog aficionado connoisseur, and I saw on some Food Network channel them talking about Super Dog in Chicago. And I like Chicago.
Well, it was in the suburbs.
It wasn't really downtown Chicago where we were hanging out. So on the way home, and it wasn't really on the way home, it was about 45 minutes out of the way, we went up to the original Super Dog. At least I think it's the original Super Dog.
I don't really know.
And you can tell it's Super Dog because
it has those little people that are dogs. I mean, super dogs. Well, like hot dogs that have clothes on the top.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's an old-fashioned drive-in. Like we ate in the car. Remember that? They brought the tray out and they put the tray on the window.
Yeah.
Ordered the food from there, which isn't a huge thing. I mean, we have Sonics, but we don't do that.
Yeah,
too much.
like Sonic, you don't have the tray; they just roll their skate out.
Yeah. So, and once again, in typical our family fashion, what did you get at the famous hot dog place?
Hamburger. My mom got shrimp, and Allison got chicken nuggets.
Right.
Or
Mom went to a famous hot dog place and got shrimp.
I don't really like hot dogs.
Yeah, but it was Super Dog.
Oh yeah, I should have tried it.
And the French fries were good. Everything came in like little boxes that were really kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, and our hotel next to us. Not next to us. Like.
Anyway, Super Dog was good. And then we left and came home.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. We ate it.
Didn't we stay in a hotel?
We did. I thought we were talking about food. What does it say again?
Chicago food.
Chicago food. I think that's all we were talking about. And then the only other thing I can remember that we ate in Chicago is when we were in that mall by the American Girl store. There was some hamburger place in there that I can't remember the name of, but I think it was probably more of a localized chain or a regional chain. So probably nothing exciting, but it was new to us.
Yeah, and we also stopped at the American Girl stop, the Lego thing.
What does that say?
Nothing.
We'll talk about shopping in another one. Okay. I think that's probably it for food.
Yeah, probably. Oh, make sure to subscribe.
We don't have a channel yet. But when we get a channel, you'll want to subscribe.
No, you still can subscribe. When we get 1 subscriber, we'll make more videos.
All right. So, thank you for watching. What's this called again?
Traveling with Rachel and Dad.
All right. Hey, Allison.
What?
Can you stand up so we can see you? Do you remember going to Chicago?
Yeah.
Do you remember eating places in Chicago?
I know the place, the hot dog.
The hot dog place, what was it called?
Super hot dog.
Super Hot Dog? Did you like Super Hot Dog? Was that your favorite place we ate in Chicago?
No, ever places
What was your favorite place?
to get popcorn.
The popcorn place was your favorite?
Get popcorn.
Okay. Thanks, Allison.